Alright, what's up, DFS fans? We're going to go ahead and do a new NBA chart tutorial. I believe I've simplified it a bit more to where it's pretty much a no brainer. We'll start with the point guards. Looking at Young, fantastic spot. Brooklyn's giving it up big, 51.25 points per game to the point guard spot. They've given up 7 big games. That's what the number to the right means. Dropping down to Milwaukee, Detroit's given up 47.65 to the point guard spot, giving up 8 big games. Golden State Warriors giving it up 49.39 to the point guard spot. Rozier's there. They've given up 6 big games. And so forth. We keep going down. Mitchell, Satoransky, Fultz, Joseph. Now, if you will notice here on Detroit, I threw in Rose. Why? The number to the right is the highest. When that happens, they give it up a lot of big games. More than likely, that means the bench player has had a big game. That's why I just throw in Rose for this example here. As you can see, the players that I've filled in all had pretty good games. Young, great game. Bledsoe, Rozier, Mitchell, Satoransky, Fultz, and Joseph, for their price points, I believe they did decent. We will move over to the shooting guard. Temple, Graham, Levine. Again, we're trying to match the Reds, right? Just like we did with Young. Young is matched up red. He had a phenomenal game. Rozier had a great game. He's more of like a dark orange, but definitely still in play there. High numbers. We're looking for high numbers and Reds. Looking over to the small forward spot, we had Harris, Wiggins. Pretty much the only guys there. If you look at to the right column, there's nobody else that's really given up big games to the small forward spot. So those are the guys in play. Now, when you need, let's say, a small forward and there's minimal to choose from in this spot, you can always go over, like, I don't know if Temple is small forward eligible or not. I want to say he is. So you can get a guy like that from there. Graham, I think Graham's just point guard and shooting guard eligible. So we'll go over to the power forward spot. If you notice here, there is people that would have been in good spots, but they failed. So I did not add their names on purpose. Jackson, Bjelica had good games. Green, right above where Jackson would be, is missing. He was in a good spot as well. 53.56 points to the power forward spot, and they've given up 5 big games. If we scroll down a little bit where it says 49.94, also given up 5 good games. That's where Markkanen would have been, but he didn't play so well, although his prices dropped a lot recently. Center, we have Allen in orange. It's more of a light orange. Jones, 56.94 points per game with a 6 next to him. Right here, we had a bust. I believe it was Willie Cauley-Stein, 60.85, and they've given up 10 big games to the centers. Joval, smash spot, 62.22, and 6 big games given up. So that looks like a kind of auto lock right there. We scroll down a little bit. Birch, 56.53. I believe he started, but the backup had a way better game than he did. But for his price, he didn't kill you. He didn't kill your lineup. Now there is a 56.57 with a 6 next to it here on line 9. So we'll scroll over and see what happened here. Oh, it's the same game. Golden State and Charlotte. I'm assuming what happened there was they went small ball. So the centers were pretty much out of play. And they used probably power forwards or something at the center spots. I didn't watch the games. That's only what I can assume happened, is why those spots failed there. Now, if you look at the overall chart, the spots that you're looking at, none of the point guards really failed. if you're asking me about Dallas, Doncic, they haven't given up many big games there. That's why it's got a 4 in yellow next to where his name would be. Shooting guard, the spots that stand out, again, red, red. All these guys had good games. LaVine, Graham, Temple. Small forward, again, trying to match up those red colors, or at least dark orange. Harrison Wiggins, pretty much the only ones that pop out there. They had good games. The power forward spot is the one that kind of failed on you last night. And two of the centers here that really pop. Those are the guys that failed. So overall, the player pool that you would be looking at, let's just say you used only these guys, that is a very good player pool right there. Let's do a little lineup construction. Start with Young, right? Because he popped the most. Red, red, right there. Who can we use? Well, we'll keep going to the shooting guard spot. Graham's really popping, right? Red, red. 48-75 points per game given up. So we will go Devontae Graham. Moving over to small forward. Wiggins Harris. We'll throw in Wiggins. I know we're going to go over the salary cap here. Jackson Bjelica. Let's go Bjelica. And center spot, Valanciunas. So let's just say you use this as your core, right? It's a pretty good core right there, wouldn't you say? Young got 60, Graham got 63, Wiggins got 39, Bjelica got 37, and Valanciunas 57. Now this only leaves you with 3-3-6-6 left per slot. So let's fill in the rest of these guys, and I know we're already going over. On the salary cap, but let's throw in Rozier. Let's go forward spot. Temple, right? Let's go Temple. And in the utility, we're already 1,600 over, so let's go with a cheap guy like Corey Joseph. Scored 25. Okay, so we're 6,100 over. Let's make some pivots. So this lineup, if you could have played it, scored 374 points. But let's pivot some to save some salary cap and actually have a lineup that we can play. Trae Young right away, 10-4. Let's drop down there. 4-3. Is there anyone that we can get that's still on the list at 4-3? I highly doubt it. I know Cam Reddish was like the value play. So let's just say if you would have used him instead of Young, 356 would have been that lineup. But he's not on the chart. So technically he kind of is on the chart because he backs up Young. So if you would go back to the chart and you would look at Young and it's all red and the 7's kind of high, you would still take a chance on the backup. But let's just use starters only. Let's use starters only and we'll see what we can do with only the players I listed on the chart. We're going to have to save some more money, man. Let's take Joe the two most expensive players, Valanciunas and Young out. Let's throw in let's see. Who was it? Oh, the Jones kid. Let's throw in Jones from Atlanta. And now we got 8,000 at point guard. Let's go with Donovan Mitchell. 331. So that's still a pretty good lineup right there. Who else can we change? Let's see. Who else did good if we take off? How much money do we have? 5-4. Who can we afford for 5-4? Sadaransky's there. And now you're up at 343.50. So that's just giving you guys a little example of lineup construction. Obviously, I'm not using any other methods of like looking at value plays and stuff like that. This is strictly starters and looking at what pops right away on the list. You can always incorporate your value plays. You know, like I said earlier, I know Reddish was a popular value play yesterday. So obviously he makes the lineup more easier to construct. But as you can see, you can still get a pretty high total, 343.50, with just using the starters from the chart that I pointed out, all in reds. Again, just like the NFL chart. So this is for the NBA. So I've simplified it so you can just color match and then you can choose your players easier like that. And those are just the starters. Again, you can dive deeper yourself. You can go into value plays, etc. That way you can fit in other maybe red spots that are more expensive that you want to fit in, and you construct your lineup however you like. But this is just a quick sample. So good luck, guys.